Hi, I'm Anders Paulson, Director of User Experience at Acro Commerce. In this next portion of our project planning series, we'll move on to the prototyping step of our strategy phase. Once recommendations have been presented in the IA and TA, and our teams have established a shared vision for moving forward, our designers will begin prototyping. A prototype provides an initial mock-up depicting layouts and basic interactions, offering a visual reference for development. Prototypes can be designed as low-fidelity wireframes or as high-fidelity design concepts, showing the intended look and feel of the final build. But at this stage, we'll most commonly work in a state we refer to as mid-fidelity. By prototyping in a mid-fidelity state, we're able to leverage Gesso, our design system and project accelerator. Working with an established library of components, we'll begin with some quick updates to the design system tokens, which allow us to apply basic brand elements like your color values, logo files, and fonts, which are reflected throughout the prototype pages. Next, we'll configure the prototype's menus based on the sitemap diagram from our IA and begin to add placeholder messaging to create calls to action with sample imagery suggesting related visuals. At this point, it can be tempting to continue iterating on the design and styling of the prototype. After all, as a visual reference designed without working code, prototypes can be created relatively quickly. However, it's good to keep in mind that this is really just a picture of what your site could look like, something you may hear us refer to as an artifact. An artifact is a reference created for planning purposes, but does not contribute directly to development of the end product. That isn't to say it doesn't provide value, but our goal is to develop most efficiently. Production timelines can slip by quickly when going too deep in creating artifacts or by working through repeated rounds of revisions to perfect something that isn't actually the end product. Our focus at this time is to begin prototyping using mid-fidelity default layouts to structure workflows that are most essential to your build. Here's a rough outline of our process. We'll work through a mid-fidelity prototype, making necessary adjustments to accommodate your site requirements, and pass this reference on to our development team to get started on the initial development of your actual build. This allows our developers to work most efficiently, building essential functionality ahead of applying custom styling. Of course, a creative design concept will still be produced, and component styles will be applied to the design system over the course of the project. Once the development team has completed the bulk of their work, we'll merge the design system to reveal a styled website, on which we can continue to refine styling, layouts, and functionality as needed. As the team works through each step of the strategy phase, they'll also be preparing for development by writing stories, which relate to the various requirements identified during discovery. These stories make up the issue structure used to create the project backlog. In the next chapter, we'll look more closely at story writing, just ahead of our final chapter, Project Backlog. Thanks for listening. Up next, story writing.